The Bikeriders, wow, what a creative title, tells the story of a Midwest biker gang from 1965 to 1973 and how they went from a racing club to a criminal gang. My initial thought when the trailer released long ago was, so I guess they saw Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock and figured, let's make a biker movie with him. Now, is Hardy an obvious casting choice in this role? Of course, I mean, just look at this man. He fits the build of a disgruntled, tough guy perfectly. He was born to play this role. Tom Hardy has been one of my favorite actors for a long time now, but recently, I haven't been a fan of the roles he's taken on. Sure, he fits the biker version of Eddie Brock, but let's be real, those movies aren't serious, and as Venom movies, I'm not a fan. Other than that role since 2018, movie-wise, Hardy has only done Capone, which, again, was a misfire in terms of Hardy's talent. The actor was due for something that meshes with his style of acting, and The Bikeriders is an ideal pairing for the actor. If I saw Tom Hardy as Johnny Davis in real life on the street, I'd totally buy he's the leader of this biker club. So this is as on point as casting gets. His co-star Austin Butler fits his role perfectly too. The character he plays is quiet and cool. Hardy and Butler give off the ultimate badass vibe, and I love seeing them in this movie. Plus, Austin takes a break from playing a character with a godlike complex, for example his roles as Elvis Presley and Fade Ratha, and instead gets to play someone more like himself. Even Jodie Comer I liked, who's typically great in everything, but I wasn't sure I'd be sold on her accent. But she did a tremendous job playing the audience character as someone very vulnerable to this world, and gets an insider's perspective. She fits the mold as the one character who doesn't have a bad bone in her body, and you want nothing more than for her to escape this crime-ridden gang. So the cast elevates this movie beyond just your cliche crime thriller. But it's not only the cast that's terrific here. Director Jeff Nichols is equally phenomenal from behind the camera. The Bikeriders is one of 2024's most compelling movies yet. It starts out as you'd expect, introducing us to each club member and learning about the club's history. Once everything gets established though, I couldn't take my eyes off the screen. This film tells a gripping story, showcasing how a creator can lose authority over their own creation. As Tom Hardy's character Johnny lets more people into the club and opens several more chapters across the state, his biker gang vastly changes from a fun hobby with friends to a full-blown criminal organization. We see in the Bikeriders how sometimes growth isn't always a good thing, as keeping a business small in some cases could be the smarter approach so chaos never ensues. When things begin to crumble for Johnny over his growing Vandals biker club, Nichols directs multiple scenes that are bound to hold your attention, and keeps you thinking for days. I find it crazy how a hobby such as club biking could morph into something so despicable. The film honestly changed my perspective on how I view biker groups now. The Bikeriders presents this idea to the audience in precise fashion. I love too how the film has an 80s or 90s release date vibe. It's kind of like a Martin Scorsese mob movie, except it's a biker gang in place of the mob. There's a lot of narration and time jumps as well. This movie also reminded me of an edgier version of The Outsiders. Maybe it's because of the poster, but either way, I felt that vibe while watching The Bikeriders. Keep in mind though, this film won't be for everyone. Some will find it slow, others will wonder what the point was. But as a fan of this cast, story, and overall aura, I'd recommend The Bikeriders for those of you looking for something like this on the big screen. Even if you're not a fan of what this film is, you gotta respect they stuck with keeping this in theaters instead of opting to stream exclusively on Netflix or whatever after being shopped around during the writers and actors strike. I'm curious about your thoughts on The Bikeriders though. Is this one of your favorite movies of 2024 so far? If you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments. And of course, as always, thank you all so much for watching this review. If you haven't done so already, make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Look out for more videos this weekend. I'll see you then.